Hey, welcome to the Explainer. You ever get the feeling that English has this kind of secret code? Well, you're right, it does. And today, we're going to crack it. We're diving into adjective prefixes, these little keys that can unlock the meaning of hundreds and hundreds of words.
So to get us started, let's just think about a simple word, possible. I bet the opposite just popped right into your head. You didn't even have to try.
Impossible? Yeah, of course. But the really interesting question isn't what the opposite is, it's how the word makes it happen. It's those first two letters, im, that completely flip the meaning around. That tiny little addition is a prefix, and that's our very first clue to cracking this code.
So what we're looking at here are called adjective prefixes. They're just small groups of letters that get tacked onto the front of a word, but wow, their effect is huge. They totally change the meaning, usually flipping it to its exact opposite. Seriously, once you get these down, it's like having a cheat sheet for English vocabulary.
Think of this as our mission briefing. You and me, our goal is to decode a really fundamental part of the English language. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to start seeing these patterns everywhere, and you'll know exactly what they mean. Every good code has a master key, right? The one that opens the most doors? Well, in English, that key is definitely the prefix un. This is by far the most common and the most straightforward one you're going to come across. And the beauty of un is that it's just so simple. It just means not or the reverse of. There are no tricky rolls, no curveballs. If you see un at the start of an adjective, it's a dead giveaway that the meaning is being flipped. And look at how cleanly it works. Happy becomes unhappy. Able becomes unable. Fair becomes unfair. It's just a direct, reliable swap every single time. That's what makes un the most dependable key in our whole set. And this is why it's so useful. I mean, think about it. We don't say, she felt not happy. That sounds kind of clunky, almost robotic. We say, she felt unhappy. It's just more precise, it flows better, and it's all thanks to that simple little prefix. Okay, so that was the easy one. But not all prefixes play by such simple rules. Now we get to the really interesting ones, the shapeshifters. This is the in family. This is where the code gets a little more complex and a lot more fascinating.
Now, here's the big secret to this family. Even though they look different, you'll see in, im, ill, and ire, they all mean the exact same thing, not. They all come from the same original Latin prefix, which when you use just depends on the first letter of the word it's getting attached to.
And what's so cool is that there's a real logic to this. It's not random. It's all about making the words sound better and easier to say. So if a word starts with an L, you use ill. If it starts with an R, it becomes ear. Before an M or a P, it morphs into im. And for pretty much everything else, you just stick with the default, in. See? It's a system. And you can see that whole system in action right here. Just look at how the prefix changes to match the first letter of the word. Impolite, illegal, irresponsible. It's actually a pretty beautiful, logical pattern once you see it. All right, nice. You've got the master key. You've met the shapeshifters. So now let's do a quick lightning round to fill out the rest of your codebook with a few other really important keys. Okay, here are a few more you'll see all the time. Dis and none are pretty similar to what we've already seen. They usually mean not or lacking, like in dishonest or non-existent. Now, miss is a little different. It means something was done wrongly or badly, like if you were misguided. And finally, you've got a, which often comes from Greek, and it means without, like in asymmetrical, which means without symmetry. Okay, we have gone over the main patterns. Are you ready to put your new code-breaking skills to the test? I think you are. Let's do a quick challenge. First one up, what is the opposite of legal? Now think back to that shape-shifting in family and its rules. Illegal. That's it. Because the word starts with an L, the prefix has to become ill. Perfect. Let's try one more.
Okay, how about this one? What's the opposite of honest?
Dishonest. Right again. That's one from our lightning round. The dis prefix, which just means not. See? You're totally getting the hang of this. So where does all this leave us?
Well, you didn't just memorize a few words today. Nope, you've actually learned a new skill, a kind of vocabulary superpower that's going to help you understand English on a way, way deeper level. So the biggest thing to take away is that prefixes are so much more than just letters. They are powerful, they are predictable tools. Once you recognize the patterns, like those sound-based rules for the in family, you can start decoding brand new words you've never seen before. And you can start expressing your own ideas with way more precision. So you haven't just learned few grammar rules, you've actually cracked a code. You can now see the building blocks of the language. You're not just a learner anymore, you're a language decoder. And that just leaves me with one final question for you. Now that you can see the code that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time, what other words are you going to unlock? The next time you're reading or listening to something, keep an eye out. You're going to be amazed at what you can understand now.